Part 1, ABS Delete research video for the 2016 Yamaha R1. The ABS system on this bike could be a good system when it works, in theory, for the road, maybe even for the track. But for me, what puts my life in danger, rather what put my life in danger, is the maintenance of the system. And follow along as I get to the details and explain what I mean. Be sure to subscribe. ABS Delete on the 2016 Yamaha R1, doing some research here at Rockstar's Footage Factory so we can get this bike 100%. As every track day we shake down this bike, get it a little bit better. The last major thing we need to do is the ABS Delete, amongst other things, but this video is dedicated to research about the ABS Delete, why we need to do it, and be sure to subscribe so that if you're running into this issue, this video can get moved up in the algorithm to help out the rest of the world. So the ABS on a race bike, in theory, is a great idea, but the system they have on this R1 is it's a horrible system, and no wonder why the race guys, the big boys in the BSB, the World Superbike, remove it immediately, or if they have a race-specific bike, it was never installed in the first place. One of the issues I found as I'm trying to upgrade, because I did put a Brembo master cylinder, and I upgraded the pads to the Z06, Z06s. I didn't upgrade the calipers, but the pads are definitely upgraded. I'm learning that the lines are so long that it adds a whole slew of problems, as if you want to bleed the system, well, the problem lies in the length of the brake lines within the system. It's 2/3 longer than it should be when it goes to the master cylinder to the ABS unit back to the brakes, instead of just going from the master cylinder to the front calipers. And if I'd have known this ahead of time, back when I put my life in danger at Knock Hill going down the straight, losing my brakes completely, instead of me upgrading to the Z06 brake pads or replacing the master cylinder, I would have done the ABS Delete right away. So all you viewers watching this video who have gone to the forums to see the written advice to maybe upgrade the pads or master cylinder, these guys aren't taking the bike on the track. But now if you wade through the forums, go to the bottom to where the people talk about how to remove the ABS, not why to remove the ABS, they will start off by saying you should remove the fuse and it won't put it into limp mode. So that's what we're going to explore in the first part of this video. So before we jump the gun, go down the list of removal of the ABS block, delete of the electronic portion, removal of the hard lines, and replacement of the hell brake lines in the front, let's just locate the fuse. So in the first step of removing the ABS, we have to locate the fuse, rather fuse box. And the YouTuber John McCown, the Colorado racer, has done half the work for us by locating the fuse box and pointing it out. He made a video on should we remove our ABS, but we are moving past that because yes, we are removing our ABS.
And you just pull that fuse and it disables the ABS. You'll get an error light in your dash, but it won't affect traction control, power, anything like that. It won't put you into limp mode. It'll just disable the ABS. So I did that, and I raced my last 2 championship races with the fuse out. I won both of those races. I will tell you that with that fuse out, you lose the ABS's ability to kind of stop the rear wheel from hopping or coming up off the ground. So I mean, I had a couple of turns where it was sliding around in the back, which is normal, you know, you get used to it. And I was overall faster with the ABS out. I think it's one of the reasons why people disable the ABS. But it's so great that you have the option, you have 3 options, right? Just take the fuse out, play with it, see if that does what you want. Then, you know, if you know in your heart that you really want it gone, then you can get the ABS Delete Plus plug. It's about $300 some odd. Put that in, and then you don't have any error messages on the dash. That's gonna help you to drop quite a bit of weight with the pump. The gotcha, of course, is that you're gonna have to get all new brake lines.
And this is the end of part 1, as it's Sunday today, and tomorrow, Monday, I'll be posting the hell brake lines to my buddy slash mechanic slash do anything guy. At that point, we will physically have the brake lines at hand and attempt to mount them on the R1 so we can see what the actual problems are.
Because the GYTR lines, when you put them into the different master cylinder, it's got a different banjo bolt.
Yeah.
So.
And then after that, we will move on to the hard lines, removing them, and then the ABS block, pump, whatever you want to call it, further reducing the weight of the bike so that we can have more fun and maybe potentially turn this bike into an endurance racing motorcycle so that everybody involved in this no-name race team can jump on the bike and have fun. It'll be a piss-taking laughing fest. So this part 1 is identifying the location of the fuse box, removing the fuse, and preparing ourselves to what the bike will do, how it will respond after we do so. Part 2 will be physically mounting up the Hell brake lines in the front to see how well it transplants up to the motorcycle. So then at that point, we can identify how to best remove the hard brake lines. Then moving on to that error that we will inevitably get on the dashboard by installing the electronic delete kit, then removing the ABS block itself, and then figuring out how to fix the rear brake lines. FYI, Joe, I ordered a rear sets kit, a CNC kit. James Whittam recommended I buy this kit on YouTube, so therefore it's on its way. Part 2 will be installing the delete ECU electronic kit, whatever you want to call it. But we might forego that depending on what errors pop up on the dashboard, as I can live out the rest of the season with a single blinking light. But for next season, definitely installing that ECU delete kit so that we can remove that light and I can focus on what's in front of me. I'll let you know where I ordered that from. Part 3 will be, or even part 2 continue, will be removing the hard lines, further removing the weight along with the ABS block. And at that point, we will be full power